ఓకే. ఇంకా టీచర్స్ రాలేదుగా. అందరూ రెడీ కదా? హలో.
హలో అన్నయ్య జాయిన్ అయిపోండి. 10 మినిట్స్ మాట్లాడక్కర్లేదు అన్నయ్య. 12కి స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం. ఓకే అన్నయ్య.
Hello everyone. The ACM Student Chapter VIT-AP welcomes you all to the live talk show on design thinking, #OnLive. Let us get to know a little about ACM Chapter before we begin the event today. ACM Chapter VIT-AP. ACM stands for Association for Computing Machinery. The first ACM Student Chapter was founded in the year 1961. ACM is the world's largest educational and scientific computing society, uniting educators, researchers, and professionals to inspire dialogue, share resources, and address the field's challenges. ACM strengthens the computing professionals' collective voice through strong leadership, promotion of the highest standards, and recognition of technical excellence. ACM supports the professional growth of its members by providing opportunities for lifelong learning, career development, and professional networking. As the world's largest educational and scientific computing society, ACM delivers resources that advance computing as a science and a profession. ACM provides the computing field's largest digital library and serves its members and the computing profession with leading-edge publications, conferences, and career resources. ACM has a whopping count of over 1 lakh plus students registered on ACM chapter all over the world. ACM has 190 plus global student chapters. So here is what we do at ACM VIT-AP. On the technical side, we conduct technical talks like the one today, workshops, project innovations, codeathons, and many more. And on the non-technical side, blending the learning process with activities and fests is what we do. The fastest way to stay connected and get updated about what's going on in the chapter and to know about our upcoming events, all you have to do is to follow us on social media. Let's get social, guys. The links of all our social media handles are attached in the description box. Do check them out and hit the follow button. Now that you all know about ACM, let's get started with today's event. Thank you.
Hello all. I hope everyone is doing well. So this pandemic gave us an ample amount of time to learn and explore new things. So here is an event of ACM to let you learn many things and explore new things. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, who is going to talk about the design thinking. So as a computer science enthusiast, this is a subject in which we should all be deeply interested because it is a process for creative problem solving. Design thinking as a human centered core. It encourages organizations to focus on the people they are creating for, which leads to better products, services, and internal processes. Multinational companies are showing interest in our ACM club so that they are able to learn the design thinking skills. So, our speaker, although having spent almost his entire career as a business analyst in places like Pune, Mumbai, grew up in our Telugu states. Right now, he is working as a design business analysis analyst in Extension Information Technology in Pune. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our home, Mr. Kumar sir. Thank you.
Hello everyone, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir, it's perfect, sir.
Okay.
So, hi Shiva. It's
Hi
really
ma'am.
good to see you after like mostly 8 or 9 years, I think.
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Yeah,
It's been a lot in between.
yeah. So good to see you and have a great time with our students. Okay.
Yes ma'am, I'll try my best.
Okay. All the best. Then go ahead.
Yeah ma'am, thank you. So first of all, I would like to thank VIT University to for giving me this opportunity to interact with their students. And I mean it's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure coming back to a platform like this to talk about what I'm doing, what design thinking is, who is a business analyst, and what all he does and all. So I'm pretty excited. So to save time, let's start into the presentation. And before starting, I hope everyone is having a good time at home. Please stay in home. Use masks whenever you have to go out, and use sanitizer regularly and wash your hands. So I'll try to present my screen now. Let me know once you guys can see the screen.
Yes, sir, it's perfect, sir. You can.
Yeah. Okay. So hoping everyone could see my screen. So let's start. Understand about what is design thinking and why it is a human-centered design, and why design thinking is important. Like why you need to think of design when you are designing for your products, when you are making an app, when you are making a website. So there are many things that you have to learn, but I try to crunch up everything into one small presentation. So I hope you'll learn something by the end of the presentation, and I'm hoping to take some questions as soon as I end my presentation. So I kept an half an hour for questions. So let's try to take whatever questions maybe we can. So going forward, so these are the topics at a broad level. What I'm going to discuss about today. What is design? Is design really important? So if it is so important, how to start design thinking? We'll look at some real world examples where design thinking has helped a lot, and also different design related roles in the present software industry. And then we'll take some questions as I told already. So right, so let's dive in. So what is design? Like is మనం ఎప్పుడైనా ఏదైనా మంచి బిల్డింగ్ చూసినప్పుడు ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ డిజైన్ బాగుంది, గ్రాఫిక్స్ బాగున్నాయి, లేదా సారీ చూస్తే సారీ డిజైన్ బాగుంది, యాప్ చూస్తే యాప్ డిజైన్ బాగుంది, వెబ్సైట్. సో డిజైన్ అనేది ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ బిగ్ చంక్ ఆఫ్ a topic to design, a topic to discuss. So what we'll try to do is I'll try to be relevant for you. I'll try to be connecting examples to what you are actually studying in engineering, and how could it help you. So let's go forward. So design is not just one thing. So it's a mix of art and science. So when I'm saying art and science, I'm saying it because art has no boundaries. Anything unique can be art, but science has some boundaries. So it has to stay inside the rules. Design is the one which mixes both mixes both to give it such a concept without boundaries, following rules. So design is not just that. It's a plan for arranging elements in such a way as best as to accomplish a particular purpose. So we design things to serve some purpose, like an app does payment services, like a website does internet banking. So that is design. So yes, design is big, design is this, design is that. Is design really important? Like, do we really have to think about design? Let's see some examples in your daily life. So I'll give a 5-second break. So if anyone want to answer the questions, like what is wrong with these two?
Not organized.
Okay, and this one? Okay,
There
I'll
is
tell you.
no handle to pull out, sir.
Yes. So, I think everyone got the context from these two answers, because if you see, if I'm the user of the lift, if I want to go to 40th floor, which button do I press? Like, why should there be pattern? Why should there be a sequence or anything in the things we use daily lives? So design is important. So design gives you rule. Design sets something should be sequential. Something should be in a way that a user can easily understand. So if you are saying pull, give me a handle to pull the door. So it's as simple as that. It goes down to as simple as some things that we don't really pay attention to in your daily life. Like you don't know the laptop. Why does the laptop open like this? Why does it close like this? And why is the keyboard should be wide and your fingers should be reachable to every key? So that gives you an importance of why design is important in your daily life. And now let's see how it is important in technology that we use every day. So this is a snippet of WhatsApp's delete message feature that I'm sure you all know about. So rest of the three I will explain you, but somebody could tell me what is wrong with this.
Like it's look like not clean, and it's your deleted is this message means it is not very clean, right?
It's not clean. Yes, that's a one good point. And to add to that, so when I am deleting a message, what the purpose of the message deleting a message is, I don't want the person I've sent this text to know what did I send. So I may be doing something wrong, or something got typed wrong. The purpose is to hide that I did something wrong. But here, if you see, when I send a message and delete it, the user I've sent the message to, he'll know he sent something and he deleted it. So the user gets frustrated, like what did you send? What did he send? What is this? What is that? So a confusion in a design creates a lot of a gap between the design and the final product that we are talking about. And if you see the reset password, so when you're trying to reset password, are you, like, as a normal user, would you be interested in reading each and every line, what are the rules, and then type? So this creates a heavy information load on the user for whom the page has been designed. So which is a faulty. And if you see, if you have ever visited some websites, they have this live chat option where it pops everywhere, wherever you go, it moves, it blinks, like it is gaining your attention. And finally, when you try to use that feature, it says you are waiting, these many number of users are waiting. So this is a wrong design, because as a customer, if you're taking my attention, you have to give that weight to me when I use that functionality. And the classic example of Netflix. So Netflix, what happens if you have ever used Netflix at your homes, in TVs or in websites, whatever. So what happens is when you hover on a particular movie title, it starts playing the trailer. So it suddenly starts, and the sound is also not optimized, that you get a shock, like what is going on, what's happening. So it creates a panic. So it's better not to panic the user than to, if you don't provide a particular functionality, it's okay. It's okay. User don't needs to see the trailer. Let him choose when he wants to see. So I think I've I may have gone a lot into the technicality, but I hope that I could convey the message that how wrong design can make your customers feel bad. So going forward, we learned how design is important, like what is design, how design is important. So you may ask, like, what should I do? What should I do to start, thinking, changing my mindset towards design? Let's see how. So this is a basic design thinking process, which I tried to put it out here. So what happens is, the process is, first you empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So this is, if you observe, this is same as your SDLC process, software development lifecycle. But this process is defined only for the design. So there are many companies who put design first and then development. So design first is where the products gets its birth, like how the process starts from where how the product should look rather than what should it do. There should be a perfect balance between these two to achieve something great. You should try to maintain how good it looks and how well it works. So if we talk about empathize is where you talk to the customers, like you talk to the users of an app. So for example, if you're trying to build an app like, example, Swiggy, Zomato. So you'll first talk to the users and ask, like, what is happening? Like, what do you want? What is wrong with the existing implementation? Like existing app may, if ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయా, ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటే దాన్ని మేము డైరెక్ట్గా ఏదో ఒక ఫంక్షనాలిటీ యాడ్ చేసి సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చా, లేదా ఇఫ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు గో డీప్ డౌన్ ఇన్ టు ద ఫంక్షనాలిటీ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇంకా మనం ఎలా దాన్ని మంచి యాప్ చేయగలం. అండ్ దెన్ when you talk all of the users, and then you try to define what you're trying to do and try to ideate is the way, is the possibility where you get to try some of your creativity. So can you imagine, like, Twitter with only 140 words, it is being earning a lot today. It's not some accident or something. So it's a well thought design process to give what the users actually want. So when you get an idea, you prototype, you take a paper and start scribbling a phone or a desktop, and you see where to put an image, where to put a text, and where to put a headline. So you first see it on a paper, like you put it on paper, then you clearly understand what's the problem. So you make a prototype out of it, and then you test with few users, and then you release the product for the world. So it's the process may sound a little difficult, but when you have a group of people, when you want to take up a project, try using this process. I'm sure it will help you a lot in whatever the small project may be. So and next step to understand, like, how to go about thinking in a design way. Understand the apps you regularly use. I'm sure 90% of the people on the call use Instagram. So if you see, there are many features, there are many updates coming, but you don't see what is the change. So what I ask you to do is, you try to see what is updated in that update log. So Play Store has this feature where you can see what's new in this new update, where you can see what are the changes. And when you go back to the app, if you try to find those changes, you'll really find the difference, like how each functionality is giving you such a big impact. So if you post one photo, it is reaching worldwide. So there must some process that has gone into development of this particular app. So try to understand the design of that app you are using. And let's say you try to understand, and you opened Facebook and wanted to know and wanted to see some see some photos or some video you're trying to, but you couldn't. Like there is some problem. Then think it to yourself, saying what can I do better? What can I do? Make it look good. So if you see, this is not the present Facebook app. This is some UI user interface designer thinking a level up ahead, thinking like how can I make Facebook better? So he tried to bring in some colors, solid colors, and there is only one primary color. If you see, it's only blue, 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 blue. So that is how you bring a balance. That is how you start thinking towards the design and understand the responsiveness of design. So responsiveness, I'm not sure if you know responsiveness. So responsive websites are those websites which can fit into any device with any screen size. So try to understand that. So you open Google search page, like, I'm sure in a day at least 100 times you open Google search page. Try to understand how it looks in the web, how it looks on a tablet, how it looks on the mobile device. So how each and every text fits itself to accommodate in that screen size. You could see the button size is decreasing, the arrangement changing, everything. There's a lot many things I bet you can find when you start thinking in this way, like how responsive is the design. It will help you understand how, it will give you a thought process of understanding the steps that are involved in design, like why design is important, and whatever I've talked till now and whatever I've going to talk in the next slides. So yeah, we learned what is design, how is design, and some ways you can achieve design thinking. Let's see some real world implementation. Like let's see some examples, like where design thinking has taken companies to a next level, to the next level. So PepsiCo. I think you already guessed, it's Pepsi, it's Lay's, it's every product that comes from the PepsiCo company. So once there was a situation where Pepsi is seeing a lot of competition from Coca-Cola, like they didn't understand like what's going on. It's the same product. If many of the people who are watching the presentation would know Pepsi and Thumbs Up. There is a little difference in taste. It's just the branding that takes the ball game, to a next level. So what happened is PepsiCo started thinking what is happening with us. What can we do to make this better? So then it hit Inaj's mind to think about like take the concept design thinking and try to implement it in PepsiCo. So design thinking, what they have started doing is, if you see here, so this is a Vogue exclusive packaging that they have made. So can you ever imagine there is a big luxury brand Vogue is doing some event and there is Pepsi in that? No, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. So what they try to do is using the color black, they try to bring the luxury into that particular bottle. And I bet that you would like to hold this bottle once and you're taking a sip of Pepsi from this. So they have customized the product according to the need. And if you see here also, this is local Chinese packaging that they have made, where you can see there is an event for health awareness. So they use those posters on that Pepsi cans, and it feels proud for a local Chinese guy to see his own thing in that Pepsi cans. and the emoji usage of emoji. So the present generation, like the millennials only clearly can understand emoji. So they started using emojis in their brand packaging to communicate better with their customer. So these are some ways you can achieve a next level of design or a next level of communication to your customer. Let's take an example of Airbnb. Airbnb, if you guys don't know, it is a app like Make My Trip. It's an app like Go Abipo where you can book hotels like Oyo. So what happened was there is a situation where Airbnb had to really close down their operations. They're not getting any money. They're not going to survive more. So what they thought is, let's take a look at our platform. Like they opened their app and saw the listings. The listings are those, like, for example, if you go to Oyo or Make My Trip website, you'll see hotel boards with photos and all, with reviews, ratings, and amount to be booked. So what they saw is that all the images that are present in their website are the worst pictures they have ever seen. Like it's a place that gives you stay, but what they found out is that the pictures are so awful that they really felt this is the reason why we are lagging behind. So what they started is they started concentrating only on design. They are going to put only good pictures of of the residences that they are putting on for renting. So what they started doing is they started taking pictures of those places in different angles in a very beautiful manner, so that as a customer, I see that listing, I'll come. I want to come. I'll need to want to come. So what this is an example of how they did change the photographs, and see if you can see, like, who will not want to go here, who will not want to have a dinner or a lunch, a good day and night out here. So this is how making the website look good, or making the app look good, or making the overall product look good will attract your customers. I may not be booking a place from you, but I will come to see what's good, what's good, what's good, what's good. I may take inspiration from this. So you have to start thinking in those lines to understand design. And yet another example is the Uber Eats. I'm sure most of you people used Uber cabs. When you open the app, you will clearly see the difference in user interface in Uber and Ola. Uber feels so class, so luxurious. The usage of colors, only black and white, and they made the whole app throughout with using only those colors. So they've started a subsidiary, if you already know Uber Eats. So what they started doing is not just the customer, even the restaurant manager, even the back-end person will have a good design to see. Like, if I have a dashboard like this, like if you have this dashboard like this, wouldn't you want to see how it works, how beautiful it is, what all it can do? So it creates enthusiasm. It creates, the will to work on it. So that's how Uber Eats thought of design, and has been a successful company. I'm pretty sure Uber Eats is closed in India, but they're doing very good in other foreign countries. So yeah, like, how can I talk about design and not mention Apple in this? you Apple is that company. Apple is that example of a company that takes design to a next level. Let's be honest. Let's all agree to one point: Android is better than Apple. By functionality wise. I know there are people who might disagree, but Android is better than Apple. But why Apple gets such a high advantage? It's because it thinks about design. It thinks about design in every aspect of their product. If you see, these are the computers that used to look like, and this is the latest version of iMac. Can you imagine a CPU getting inside this? So like, you all know what all, I don't need to explain more what Apple is. So if you see their apps, if you see their, every app is customized to Apple experience. It's not like you've just picked up an app from Android and copied the same into Apple. You have to follow the design guidelines of Apple. So you have to maintain the ratios. You have to use the fonts they've mentioned. And even in the smallest screen. So if you see, this is an Apple Watch. For God's sake, the screen size is like this. They don't have to even think about anything. But if you see, this is all the design that they have that they have fit every design element of theirs into small screens. So this is the responsiveness I've talked about before. And yeah, so yeah, we started I may have ignited your design spirit in some way. But if you are at all interested in taking up design roles, like what are the different design roles that are available in present industry, and if you want to know more about it, I'll give you a little touch of what are all the roles that are there now. And if you have any doubts, you can come to me. I'm always available, and I can clarify anything you want to know. So the first and foremost is the UX design. UX is user experience. User experience is where, as I told, when you get an idea for an app, like you have some idea, you have an app like YouTube, you have an app like Google, you have an app like Myntra, Flipkart, Amazon, anything. The first thing you would want to do is take a piece of paper and try to draw everything on it, to understand what are all the things you want to put, what are all the things you want to, arrange elements so that it looks good. That's a thought process that all UX design is needed. You just have to place elements, you just have to draw, you just have to see on paper what it looks, how it looks. So UX design is a role where there is a lot of wireframing. Wireframes are similar to blueprints of a building, or the plan, the engineering drawing that you may have made. So it's just like that. And you have tools that can help you prepare wireframes. So the design process starts from UX design, like user experience design. You start by thinking of how look the user experience could be on this app. And the next role is UI design, user interface design. So UX and UI are often confused. UI UX dono rendu okatena, idu veru ela ane. So UX anedi only wireframes. Sorry, I'm really sorry. So you have to make only wireframes. You have to take pencil and cut it out and all. But UI brings that design to life. You put colors, you put design different elements, you put primary colors, you put secondary colors, and you make the design look good. That is UI design. So UI design follows the different color codes that the brand has. For example, if you take Pepsi, it's blue. If you take Coca-Cola, it's red. So something you as a UI designer, the person plays a lot with the colors. If you see here how I'm sure you have liked seeing this design like this. So this is futuristic. The design should be appealing to the customer. That's the job of a UI designer. And more other roles that are involved are project manager, business analyst, quality analyst, and testing. So don't take me wrong, because I have not explained as big as UX and UI before, because project manager, business analyst, quality analyst, and testing should have design thinking in their mind as in the same level as UX and UI. But you have to be looking it from an angle of a customer. Like you being a business analyst, you have to look at the design made by UX and UI and try to understand the elements. How can you make it better? As a customer, do you like it? You want to change something, suggest and improve the product more. So these are the 4 different roles. It actually sums up the total software hierarchy. But yeah, everybody involved in the process should be aware of design. And if you want to know more about these roles or anything, I'll leave my phone number and my email address, and you are free to drop a mail and ask me whatever doubt you have. So, and anyways, we'll take questions after this. Yes, so everything is fine, everything is good, design is good, everything is good. But tell me about this. Like, this is the time where you ask me your questions. So I'll just switch off presentation mode, and I'll try to see if I can take some answers. Questions. So anyone who has question can just raise your hand or post. Okay. Hi, Shanmukh Sai, thank you. How many types of designing jobs are there, and what is the process to find a job? So, designing jobs, as I told you, there are two major that are important, are UX and UI. So what is the process is, in general, what happens is the persons who are doing UX and UI design come from design related background, like, design, a degree in design. But if you want to become, UX or UI designer, I have some tools that I can give it to you, and you can try it at home. So, Anupama ma'am knows how much I love Photoshop, and and that had helped me very, very, very much, in UI thinking and all. So there are some tools I'll help with you. If you can try, see some tutorials, you'll be able to learn. And getting a job is very easy. You have to mention yourself as a UX or UI designer, and they'll check what is all the work you have done. So if you can do some freelance work before that, that could also help you a lot. And could you please explain about the creative works one can do by UX and UI? So creative is all you do. It's the only thing that you do as a UX and UI designer, because all the screenshots I've shown you, that's the work of a UX and a UI designers. They have built those apps. They have built the phone, the apps that you are using today. So everything, every app, every phone has been thought through a process. So you have inspiration all around. That's all I can say. Thank you for asking the questions, Shanmukh.
Yes, sir. And again, like, as you are a business analyst, like, what part, like, which, in the sense, I would like to ask, like, in which sense, like, design thinking helped you for your projects, or how it helped you progress?
Right, that's a good question. So I had this. I should be actually clear about what design. When I got introduced to design, is when I started working on Photoshop. So Anupama ma'am knows, and as a first batch student, I've also gave a class on Photoshop. So my enthusiasm towards design has started already a way before. That's maybe because of my father, who has been introduced to design. So I've started after being a business analyst. There are companies, as I told, who concentrate on design first approach. So I tried to apply in those particular companies, and when I got to do the work, all I have to do is I have to judge a design. So UX and UI designers have to will build some app and bring it to us, and we have to think as a customer. Like, I have to think as a customer, not as a graphic designer. I have to see, for example, the law. What I can say, the home button. The home button is on top of your screen, which is not reachable to your thumb, which opposes. So I have to be that person who judges the design and give better suggestions to make it more better. Srichand, I think I tried to answer your question. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. We got few more questions from the viewers.
Okay.
One of the student is asking, do we need to develop our design skills from now? Is it a booming industry?
So, okay, design skills from now, and is it a booming industry? So, like, how many of you all know Android releases updates? Like how many of you all know, Android releases updates, and it changes the UI, at least once a year. So if you are seeing those changes, it means design is important. Design is surviving throughout the time. So and I feel, I may be little, not so realistic, but yeah, what I say, design has no death. It will prosper, and it is programmed to prosper. That's all I can do. And if you want to learn design tools, so it's not necessary that you have to start from now, but try looking in a way I've explained, see some UI designs. There are some websites that could help you, see different UI designs. As an example, I showed you the Facebook one. So to find such UI or UI designers, what are all UI designers are doing, how they are doing, and you'll get to know there are many tools. I cannot specify one tool, and I cannot brush my hands off. So it's like there are many tools you'll find over time, but don't rush into anything. Just start realizing what design is. Start realizing how, from the apps that you already use. That's all I could say.
And to add on to that, Shiva, see,
Yes, ma'am.
I know Shiva might be doing this work from 3rd grade or 4th grade. So, I mean, whenever it's some design that needs to be happened at university and prior where we work, so he just quickly does it, and the color combinations, the way he designs. So we didn't had a chance to like change that, change this. We don't need to do that. So he was playing with colors, he was playing with the design aspects, he was playing with the backgrounds. See, unless and until you make your hands dirty, you cannot get into the design aspect. See, you may think like I will learn that this, until there is no creativity in you, that won't be like coming up. See how much you are creative, and then how you can impact with your design. That is also really important. So you need to explore more into the design things, more how the people are working on, what are the latest trends in the design. So all these are really important. First thing is like being creative, playing with colors and playing with designs is what is needed. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I
yeah,
totally agree. Thank
yeah.
you.
Sir, we got few more questions.
Yeah.
One of the guys asking, what if the design created by a person is user-friendly but not eye-catchy?
So user friendly but not eye catchy. Then how are you calling it user friendly?
In the sense
Like,
like they are accessible to the hand, and it's you can see where they are, but it
okay.
is not that attractive.
Right. So I agree. I agree to this point, and it happens. It happens most of the times that the decision, that the business has to take. For example, if you see State Bank of India's website, why is it like that? It's the business decision ki, like వాళ్ళు ఏమనుకున్నారంటే మాకు అవసరం లేదు ఎందుకు డిజైన్ మంచిగా కనిపించడం అవసరం లేదు, ఇట్ జస్ట్ హ్యాడ్ టు ఫంక్షన్ బెటర్. దట్ స్టేట్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా has decided. అదే మీరు కనుక ఇప్పుడు ఐసిఐసిఐ బ్యాంక్ కానీ ఏదైనా ప్రైవేట్ బ్యాంక్ వెబ్సైట్ చూస్తే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో కలర్ఫుల్. అంటే చాలా ఫంక్షనాలిటీ చాలా బాగుంటుంది, కలర్ఫుల్గా ఉంటుంది, వాడటానికి ఇంకా చాలా బాగుంటుంది. సో నేనేమంటానంటే, యాజ్ ఏ డిజైనర్ మీరు అన్ని మైండ్లో పెట్టుకుని అన్ని మైండ్లో పెట్టుకుని ఆలోచించి డిజైన్ చేస్తారు, కానీ బిజినెస్ చేతిలో ఉంటుంది డెసిషన్. అది ఎలా ఉండాలి, అంటే మాకు అది కావాలా లేదా అనేది బిజినెస్ చెప్తుంది. So it happens many of times. As an example, I can say Apple. So if you see Apple's products or Apple's website, they decided they want to put design first. And if you see some other products, like the local products, Micromax, Carbon, they don't want any design things to happen. They just want to build a phone, get it out. I'm sorry for comparing Apple with Micromax, but yeah. So I am trying to say is the decision finally goes to the design. Sorry, the business. Did I answer it, or I confused
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir. It's good. There are a few more questions like from YouTube's chat, and I'll read them out. Like one person asked like,
సార్ మీరు కూడా ఒక్కటి
what are
అడుగుతారా?
the companies that we can
మీరు
apply
కూడా ఒకటి
for
అడుగుతారా?
job roles? In the sense, like he's asking, it's fine for now. Like
ఒకసారి మాట్లాడండి
he's
సార్
like a
అయిపోతుంది.
2020 batch student, and after he completes, like in 4 years, like where will be, where will
పర్లేదు
this
పర్లేదు
industry
ఓకే
be?
సార్.
Okay, so as I already told you, like there is no going down in this. It's always going up. So let's take the example of Android. So do you any do you of do you any guys have seen Android 4.0? If at all, if you have seen, you would hate it because the Android 11 and the coming Android 12, how different they are from this and that. And it's not even stopping there. It's not like Android 12 వచ్చింది ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇప్పుడు మనం రివర్స్ వెళ్దాం Android 11 9 10 11. So there is no downturn, there is only going up. And you should never be insecure about what happens to the industry. Just if you like it, just do it. You will find a way, you will get there, you will be in a good place whenever wherever you want to go. It's just you have to believe, and you have to trust design. Just because it looks good, don't take it up. That's all I can say.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Like for this question, like one person is adding on that is augmented reality and virtual reality also become a part under design thinking later?
Of course. Why not? Because the clear example is Pokemon Go. Like if you see Pokemon Go, they had to think about design, they had to implement maps, they had to implement when you are holding the phone and in search of Pikachu and some other animal. So you have to design that, you have to think about that. So AR and VR are the next levels of design thinking, what I can say, because వెబ్సైట్ యాప్ ఎలాగో ఉన్నాయి, అందరూ చేస్తున్నారు, చాలా మంది చేస్తున్నారు. ఏఆర్ అండ్ విఆర్ అనేది చాలా కొత్త కాన్సెప్ట్, అందులో ఆలోచించడానికి చాలా ఉంది అప్లికేషన్స్, ఇంకా 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 ఐడియాస్ కావాలని అందరూ ఎదురు చూస్తున్నారు కూడా. సో దెర్ ఈస్ అ లాట్ దట్ కెన్ హ్యాపెన్ ఇన్ ఏఆర్ అండ్ విఆర్. అంటే మీకు ఒకవేళ చేయాలనిపించి చేద్దాం ఏఆర్ విఆర్ ఏమన్నా అంటే, I suggest going into that. There is a lot of demand to that.
Yes. And any more questions, like you can post in the chat. I'll be reading out.
Sir, like someone is asking like how to start the product designing.
How to start product designing? అర్థం కాల.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్ ఉందనుకోండి సార్, అదో ప్రోడక్ట్ ఇట్లా పంపిస్తుంది అనుకోండి, అంటే ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఒక ఇట్లా కొంటున్నాము, సెల్ అనేది కొంటున్నాము అనుకోండి, అట్లాంటిది ఎట్లా డిజైన్ చేయాలి, ఎట్లా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి అనేది.
సో నేను అదే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పా. ప్రోడక్ట్ ఏంటంటే, మీరు ఫస్ట్ టైం ఎప్పుడైనా ఏదైనా ప్రోడక్ట్ డిజైన్ చేసేటప్పుడు మీరు చేసే ప్రతిసారి మీరు ఏ ప్రాసెస్ ఫాలో అయినా సరే ఫెయిల్ అయ్యే ఛాన్సెస్ చాలా ఉంటాయి. అదే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను ఎయిర్బిఎన్బిలో చెప్పా. ఎయిర్బిఎన్బి స్టార్ట్ చేశారు, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈస్ గుడ్, దే వర్ ఎర్నింగ్ మనీ, బట్ స్లోలీ దే గాట్ డౌన్. సో ఇట్స్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఈజ్ ఇటరేటివ్ మీన్స్ ఒకసారి చేయండి, ఫెయిల్ అవ్వండి, మళ్ళీ చేయాలి, ఫెయిల్ అవ్వాలి మళ్ళీ. సో ప్రొడక్ట్ డిజైన్ ఒక రోజులో రాదు, బట్ ఇప్పటి నుంచి మీరు డిజైన్ ఫోకస్డ్గా మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే కనుక మీరు పక్కాగా మంచి ప్లేస్లోనే ఎండ్ అవుతారు అనేది నేను చెప్పగలను. అంతకంటే
ఎస్ సార్.
Yeah.
One more question goes like this, sir, that do we need any coding knowledge for UI or UX design?
No, you don't need any coding design. So if you know coding design, you would be in development. Why will you be designing things? So you just have to be aware of what are all the elements that are there in and some app. ఏదైనా యాప్ చూస్తున్నారంటే, ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ చూస్తున్నారంటే ఐకాన్స్ ఎక్కడెక్కడ ప్లేస్ అయి ఉన్నాయి, వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్క్రీన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఇమేజ్ సైజ్ ఎంత అవుతుంది. మీరు ఇప్పుడు చూసారంటే ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్లో కూడా 3-4 సైజులు ఉంటాయి. ఇట్స్ 3 to 4 పోర్ట్రేట్, ల్యాండ్స్కేప్ అని, స్క్వేర్ అని. సో ఇది అంటే మీరు ఈ లైన్లో ఆలోచించగలిగితే యు విల్ బీ ఏబుల్ టు సక్సెస్ఫుల్ ఇన్ ద ఫ్యూచర్. Did I answer it?
Yes, sir. And one more guy is asking, what are the tools and software we need to start for UX and UI, and suggest some softwares.
Okay, I'll type them out because spellings misspell ఏమంటారు spelling లో తప్పు రావచ్చు. Exure is for UX design. ఎగ్జోర్ ఉంది లేదా యూఎక్స్ డిజైన్కి అయితే మీకు పేపర్ పెన్ చాలు యూఎక్స్ డిజైన్ వచ్చింది. సో ఎగ్జోర్ అనేది అఫీషియల్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్, పెయిడ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్. ఇది మీరు ఏదైనా ఫ్రీగా ట్రై చేయాలనుకుంటే draw.io అనేది ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. అది ఫ్రీగా ట్రై చేయొచ్చు మీరు, ఏదైనా వైర్ ఫ్రేమ్స్ కానీ ఫ్లో చార్ట్స్ కానీ. అండ్ అనదర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్, ఫ్లో చార్ట్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ద ఫ్లో ఆఫ్ ద డిజైన్. ఐ థింక్ ఐ మిస్డ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద ప్రెజెంటేషన్. సో ఫ్లో చార్ట్స్ అనేవి చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ అవుతాయి. ఎందుకంటే ఒక ఫ్లో చార్ట్ తయారు చేయడానికి మీరు కూర్చుంటే ఏ ఆలోచనలు అయితే వస్తాయో, ఇందులో ఇది కూడా ఉండొచ్చు, ఇది కూడా ఉండొచ్చు, ఇది కూడా ఉండొచ్చు. సో దట్ ఈస్ అ వెరీ గుడ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఇన్ ఐడియేటింగ్. సో గుర్తొచ్చింది చెప్పేద్దామని చెప్పేశాను. సో ఎగ్జోర్. యూఐ డిజైన్కి అయితే ఫోటోషాప్, అండ్ అడోబ్ ఎక్స్డి. మీరు పెయింట్లో కూడా డిజైన్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇట్స్ ఆల్ అప్ టు యువర్ క్రియేటివిటీ లెవెల్, ఎంతవరకు వెళ్తారనేది. సో ఇవి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇచ్చాను. ఇంకా డీప్ డీటెయిల్స్ కావాలంటే మెయిల్ మీ, ఐ పుట్ మై నంబర్ హియర్ దట్ యూ కెన్ రీచ్ మీ. Yeah, next.
One of the guys asking, can you suggest a path to get into VR and AR career?
సజెస్ట్ పాత్ ఈజ్ ఇనీషియల్. మీరు ఒకవేళ యూఎక్స్ యూఐ డిజైన్లో ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే మీ కెరియర్ కనుక, ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ దట్ యూఎక్స్ యూఐ డిజైన్ కెరియర్, యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ టు బీ ఇన్వాల్వ్డ్ ఇన్ ద కంపెనీస్ దట్ ఆర్ ప్రెజెంట్లీ డెవలపింగ్. నేను చెప్పినట్టు ఆ రెండు కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఇప్పుడు కొత్తగా ఇప్పుడిప్పుడే దే ఆర్ గెటింగ్ సమ్ న్యూ ఐడియాస్, న్యూ యాప్స్ ఆర్ న్యూ అప్లికేషన్స్ టు ఏఆర్ అండ్ విఆర్. బట్ మీరు డీప్గా ఒకవేళ అందులోనే కెరియర్ చేయాలనుకుంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు స్టార్ట్ వర్కింగ్ విత్ దోస్ కంపెనీస్ యాజ్ ఎ యూఎక్స్ ఆర్ ఎ యూఐ డిజైనర్. సో అందులోకి వెళ్ళడానికి ఎంట్రీ పాయింట్ యూఎక్స్ యూఐ. అందులో జాయిన్ అయినాక యూ హ్యావ్ టు కేర్ఫుల్లీ చూస్ కంపెనీస్. అది ఏ కంపెనీలో అయితే ఏఆర్ విఆర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ జరుగుతుందో అందులోనే మీరు వెళ్ళండి. ఒకవేళ జాయిన్ అయినాక ట్రై టు గెట్ ఎ ఛాన్స్ టు వర్క్ ఆన్ దోస్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్. దట్ విల్ హెల్ప్.
Does design thinking work with all subject areas?
Of course. Example. I have to tell you example. Okay, so phone, Apple iPhone. So Apple iPhone, iPhone 12, iPhone 11, iPhone 6, 7 తర్వాత I agree there is no development in design, but iPhone 6 ముందు చూస్తే కనుక మీరు the stages of development చూడొచ్చు. స్క్రీన్ సైజ్ ఎంత నుంచి ఎంత అయింది, బటన్స్ తీసేయడం. దిస్ ఈస్ ఆల్ డిజైన్ థింకింగ్ అండ్ ఇంప్లిమెంటింగ్ ఆల్ ద ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఇన్ టు వన్ ప్లేస్. సో ఇంకా దగ్గరగా చెప్పాలంటే శానిటైజర్ స్ప్రే అంటే శానిటైజర్ కెన్ బి క్రీమ్, శానిటైజర్ కెన్ బి లిక్విడ్, బట్ వై షుడ్ ఇట్ బి స్ప్రే? సో it is sprayed so that it can reach maximum volume in little amount of that particular sanitizer. I tried. ఒకవేళ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నచ్చకపోతే తిట్టుకోవద్దు.
And one more question is, will IT culture support the design thinking mindset?
IT culture is starting to, what should I say? IT culture is starting to embrace design. For example, my company is a design-based company, so they put design first. So there are companies exclusive to doing this. There are companies who are like, మా దగ్గరికి రిక్వైర్మెంట్ తీసుకురండి, సాఫ్ట్వేర్ తయారు చేసి మీకు ఇచ్చేస్తాం అంతే అలా అనేది. ఆ డివైడ్ అనేది ప్రస్తుతం ఇండస్ట్రీలో ఉంది. బట్ దేర్ ఆర్ కంపెనీస్ హూ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ ఆన్ డిజైన్. యాపిల్, గూగుల్, అదర్ కంపెనీస్, 3M. there are many companies who are concentrating on design. So చిన్న చిన్న కంపెనీస్లో కూడా ఏమంటారు ఆ డిజైన్ థింకింగ్ అనేది ఉంది. మా కంపెనీ చాలా పెద్ద కంపెనీ కాదు, బట్ దే పుట్ డిజైన్ ఫస్ట్. సో ఇట్స్ ఆల్ ఇన్ ద కంపెనీస్.
You got a few personal questions, sir. At what age did you decide to enter into designing field? What fascinated
Okay.
you to become a designer?
So, as I already told, my father is a Photoshop designer. So he used to design, design covers, CD covers, cassette covers. He used to design all those cassette covers that you would have seen if you were a kid. So he was into that. I used to look at my father working on Photoshop. I really liked. I don't know why, it just clicked. It clicked and I liked it. So I wanted to know, I wanted to create some design. Like I used to play a lot in paint. Like చాలా 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 దారుణమైన చేసే ఫోటోలు ఇది పెయింటింగ్ చేసేవాడు. కానీ బట్ ఇట్స్ మై ఎంథూజియాజం దట్ మేడ్ మీ గో టువర్డ్స్ అ బెటర్ టూల్. సో పెయింట్ నుంచి ఫోటోషాప్ నుంచి ప్రెసెంట్ యాప్ డిజైన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ అది ఇది. సో ఇట్ వాజ్ ఆల్ ఇన్ మీ. ఐ డోంట్ నో హౌ, బట్ యా, ఐ లైక్ డిజైన్ ఫ్రమ్ మై చైల్డ్హుడ్. ఐ saw growing up design from my childhood, which made me more interested into that. At what age? What age? What age? Maybe 8th, 7th, 8th holidays. I think 7th, 8th summer holidays.
Yeah, there is also another personal question. Like they're asking, as a business analyst, what are your suggestions for an upcoming and like who are aspiring to become a business analyst? And I would like to add to that, like, can you also tell us your journey, how you took into this business analysis?
Okay. I'll tell you my journey. I think that would answer the question.
Yes.
So I have completed my computer science. After that, I took 1 year break for appearing for civil services. So after which I realized MBA is important for me to have a better career. So engineering avagane nenu 1 year break తీసుకున్న తర్వాత MBA జాయిన్ అయ్యాను. MBA జాయిన్ అయిన తర్వాత I joined as a marketing. I've joined in MBA marketing only, but I didn't realize business analyst అనేది కూడా ఒక పొజిషన్ అనేది. సో కాలేజ్లో జాయిన్ అయిన తర్వాత I got to know that business analyst is a job where you don't need to do coding. Just a little bit knowledge around the subject would be helpful, and a little bit knowledge in common sense is very important for being a business analyst. కామన్ సెన్స్ మతలబ్ ఇది ఇక్కడ ఉండకూడదు. ఏదైనా వెబ్సైట్ చూసి మనకు మనమే లోపల అనుకుంటాం కదా, ఇది ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు ఉంది, ఇది ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు ఉంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద కామన్ సెన్స్ that you also need to be a business analyst. So MBAలో నాకు తెలిసింది, కానీ నా ఫస్ట్ జాబ్ కూడా బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్గా రాలేదు. సో ఐ జాయిన్డ్ యాజ్ అ సేల్స్ పర్సన్. తర్వాత 3 months 4 months నేను వర్క్ చేసిన తర్వాత లోపలే ఇంటర్నల్ జాబ్ పోస్టింగ్ వచ్చింది ట్రైనీ అనలిస్ట్ కోసం. సో నేను ట్రైనీ అనలిస్ట్ కోర్స్ తీసుకుని ప్రొడక్ట్ డెవలప్మెంట్లోకి షిఫ్ట్ అయ్యాను అనమాట. అప్పటి నుంచి ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ all the jobs I got were business analyst jobs, and mostly in design company. So I also clearly try to understand applying before a job ki ee company lo em jarugutundi, design important kaada veliki check cheskuni apply cheskuntu I've gone forward and I am now here.
Yes, it answers the question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, there is a notion going on outside, like it's saying that Apple is lacking innovation these days. Apple is lacking the design. What's your view on it?
So I totally agree because I feel it ended with Steve Jobs. Like as soon as Steve Jobs left Apple, it's all gone wild. ఎలా అయిపోయిందంటే ఆండ్రాయిడ్లో విడ్జెట్స్ 4 years ముందు వచ్చినాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఆండ్రాయిడ్లో విడ్జెట్స్ తీసుకొచ్చి ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ డిజైన్, I feel it's just adjusting the design, not thinking creatively or creating something innovative. So I also agree to that point, whoever said it. So which అందుకనే నేను ఎగ్జాంపుల్ స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి ఐ టేక్ ఓన్లీ టిల్ 6 iPhone 6 ఆర్ iPhone 7 వరకే తీసుకెళ్తాను, ఎందుకంటే దాని తర్వాత there is no new that I've seen in Apple.
Yes, sir, there is one more question. Can we use Figma for the UX design?
I'm very happy that you know that name. So you can it's very useful. It's very useful, and you'll learn a lot if you go on trying Figma. Try ఒకవేళ మీరు you are already doing it, then start replicating an app. Start making your own Instagram. Like how should it look like? Uh, చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ ఇది టూల్ అది. Go on using it.
One last question, sir. Any
Uh-huh.
tips to the creative departments for the clubs and student chapters?
Creative departments for the clubs and chapters. That's a good question. So, you know, నేను చెప్పినట్టు it's not just that మీరు computer science is not just about code and all. So computer science is also about design. So start encouraging events like for example what do you say wireframes events. Put up an event for wireframe. సో మీరు ఏదైనా కాంపిటీషన్ లాగా ఒక చిన్న కాంపిటీషన్ పెట్టొచ్చు. వైర్ ఫ్రేమ్ అంటే పేపర్ మీద కాకుండా ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ యూజింగ్ టూల్స్ లైక్ ఫిగ్మా అండ్ ఆల్, వాటిలో ఎవరి డిజైన్ బాగుంది, ఎవరి డిజైన్ రీజనబుల్ గా ఉంది, ఎవరి డిజైన్ రీచబుల్ గా ఉంది. సో ఇఫ్ యూ సీ యువర్ phone, so your phone has only few parts of phone are reachable easily. So if you see you cannot reach here properly, 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 so you cannot reach in the middle without any effort. So these are all the points that would help you to judge a design. సో మీరు ఒకవేళ మీరు అలా ఆలోచించాలి అని అనుకుంటున్నారంటే దట్స్ అ వెరీ గుడ్ థింగ్. అండ్ పుట్ అప్ ఏ కాంపిటీషన్ ఫర్ యూఐ డిజైన్, యూఎక్స్ డిజైన్. ఒకవేళ మీకు హెల్ప్ కావాలంటే ఐ విల్ ఆల్సో హెల్ప్ యూ ఇన్ క్రియేటింగ్ సమ్ ఈవెంట్ ఫ్యూచర్. మీకు ఏమైనా ఐడియాస్ కావాలంటే కూడా ఐ విల్ హెల్ప్ యూ. సో ఐ టోటలీ ఎంకరేజ్ యూ డూయింగ్ దిస్.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It's informative. And one second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi Nagaraj sir.
I think he is in some meeting, I think so.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So right now, what projects you are working on, Shiva?
I cannot give names, ma'am, but
Okay.
the sector is connected vehicles, like building applications for vehicles which have connectivity. For example, if you take any bike, you can have all the analysis of that bike, like how many gears you are shifting, what is the time, the whole analysis part. So you'll get an app for that. So we are working in that connected vehicles segment.
So did you get connected with your friends recently? Anytime?
No, ma'am.
Same and
Groups.
yeah.
No, I have been totally, out of coverage.
Yeah. So I'm in touch with like few people, Prem and Siddharth.
Yeah, Siddharth.
Yeah. So he's in.
We have a group, but I'm not so
Yeah.
active.
Okay. So this pandemic, I mean, you'll be working from home itself, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So find some time, get connected, and then regain the info and all, like cherish those moments,
I'll talk.
because that
Yes.
is needed. Because of the depression.
Yes, ma'am.
Followers,
Yes.
yeah. Right.
Yes.
I'm really
I'll
happy to see you.
I'm also, ma'am. It's been like 7 years, and
Yeah.
చాలా రోజుల తర్వాత చూసి చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉంది.
Yeah. So, is the closing thing happening, guys?
Yes, ma'am. A minute, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We are ready. I was just messaging for Nagaraj, sir. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll just call him. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay, I'll have some water. I'll switch off my video for
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, మాట్లాడండి. Okay.
Sir.
Hi, sir.
Hi Shiva, how are you?
Fine, sir. మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు?
బాగున్నా.
ఇంట్లో అందరూ ఫైన్ అనుకుంటా.
Uh,
ఇంట్లో అందరూ ఫైనేనా?
no,
ఫ్యామిలీ.
no, no.
ఓకే.
Right, right. Right. Um,
So is it still playing in YouTube? I can hear it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yes, it is like 25 seconds of lag we have.
I think
Okay.
is the closing thing happening, right?
Yes, ma'am. Immediately, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We are ready. I was just attending for Nagaraj. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll just call him. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Shiva,
Yes, sir.
so thank you very much for your wonderful talk.
I hope I could I have helped. मतलब అంటే కొంచెమైనా డిజైన్ వైపు తిరిగేలా ట్రై చేశాను.
Yeah, I mean, you made that into, so that is good actually.
Yeah,
So
thank
I
you,
think
thank
you have kickstarted the minds of these students.
you. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Mhm. See, as the student welfare assistant director, so I'd be like calling you for further events like where there is a design things and then the competitions and all. So where I'd be needing your help. So I'll be
Yes, ma'am.
bothering you much, okay?
It's okay, no problem. I'm always happy to help.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll also share the information of sir, the mobile number and email ID, so that anyone can message sir and contact if you have any doubt on this topic. Sir, is it fine like if I share in
It's
YouTube?
okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem.
Yes, sir. And also like Kavita, you can start. Yeah.
A very good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks to this event on behalf of the ACM chapter. Firstly, thank you, Shivakumar sir, for taking your valuable time for us. The talk was really informative and stimulating. We thoroughly enjoyed the presentation, sir. Thank you so much. And Anupama ma'am, thank you so much for taking the call to invite the guest speaker on a very short notice. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Rama Satish sir, Nagaraj sir, and Chandan sir for supporting and encouraging the entire team. And my sincere thanks to the club members, the marketing team, the administration team, the technical team, creative team, and the event management team for all your countless efforts to make the event successful. And the speakers who have handled the event so well. And not to forget, thank you each one of you who actively participated in the event and made it super successful. And trust me, guys, you have invested your time in something really useful. And also, you will be receiving your e-certificate through your mail, which you have filled in the attendance link. And once again, thank you everyone present here. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. We are overwhelmed to be here. You. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
even from my side, like thank you, sir, for cooperating. And like on a such a short notice, like even ma'am, sir, and all the team, even the ACM team had done well. Like we didn't expect these many interactions or reach for the first event itself. So I'm so happy and thank you, sir, again for coming and making this a successful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope I helped. I hope I could do something. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Sir,
Anand.
Nara sir, I would
No.
like to request you to send a, I mean, appreciation letter to Shiv Kumar.
Yeah, sure,
That
sure, sure.
it would be great. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Okay.
much, man.
Thank you,
And
sir.
and I have to tell you this, like last thing. I'm sorry. So Anupama ma'am was the one. It's like I joined my engineering and first year has gone. And after the first year on Engineers Day, she came to our lab and she said, today is Engineers Day, and some student has worked a lot and he has balanced his academics and also co-cultural activities. So I would like to gift a pen to the best engineer, for the first year, and she called out my name. I was so surprised that I was not even expecting I would be that student who she's talking about. So, ma'am, that has been an inspiration for me. I would like to thank you very much, because I have that pain with me, and I feel very, proud seeing that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, most welcome. So you are one of my precious student. I mean, in the initial days. So that's the
Yeah.
reason I have like few students who always like get in touch with me. Like, see, when we see some spark in them, we'll never leave. So that's the
Yeah.
one thing we appreciate, and that is the thing which satisfies our job.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so thanks for being my buddy. So,
No, I'll be continuing being every teacher's
yeah,
buddy. Even Nagaraju sir, if you
yeah,
want anything, you can call me and I'll be there
yeah,
for
yeah.
you. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. I think
Yeah,
it's
like
time. Yeah.
we'll end the live now. Thank you, everyone,
Thank
and thank you,
you.
Anto ma'am, and thank you, Siva Kumar sir, and thank you, Nagaraj sir, like making this a good event, and all the team who are like still active. Thank you. I am so happy and overwhelmed by that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.